up, reptilians, and welcome back. Hellraiser Bloodline came out back in 1996 and stars Bruce Ramsay, Valentina Vargas, and Doug Bradley. Set in the year 2127, a scientist by the name of Paul Lamachant tries to right the wrong of his ancestors by trapping Pinhead and his Cenobite legion in hell once and for all. Again, I have with me Esley Greer of Entertainment Fanatic Reviews. I must apologize for that. I said fantastic in my last reviews. It's actually Entertainment Fanatic Reviews. So my bad on that. Anyway, take it away, man.
Hey Calvin, thank you so much for letting me take part in this Hellraiser Bloodlines review. First off, with my negatives, I have to say at times this film is very slow paced, and I don't really care for Hellraiser in space. It's a bit weird, but it's not like, it doesn't take me out of the film. Thankfully, it's only there for like 20 minutes. It's not as bad as some other horror films set in space. But,
True.
As for my positives, Angelique is a sight to see. She is, oh my god. But,
True that.
And also, I love that this film spans over 3 different generations. I think it's like the 1700s, and then present day, and then like 200 or 300 years in the future. I got this action figure of Angelique. I got this at my friend's shop.
Oh, that's cool.
Pretty cool to have that in my collection. But yeah, so yeah, I actually enjoy this one a bit more than I do Hellraiser Hell on Earth. Like Pinhead, Doug Bradley as Pinhead. As you stated before, he is born to play this role. He is phenomenal in most of these roles, and you know, he's awesome. If I had to rate this film, I would give it a 3.75 out of 5, which is pretty much a 7.5 out of 10. And it's something I like to call a background movie, which you know, it's pretty much just mindless fun, just like the third one. But I enjoy this one a bit more than the third. And once again, thank you so much, Calvin, for letting me take part in this Hellraiser Bloodlines review. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
No problem, man. I want that action figure. I want that. I'm not much on collecting stuff like that, but if it's related to horror icons or something, sign me up. But yeah, I gotta agree. My positives, Pinhead is always going to be right on up there. Pinhead was even more vicious in this one. I think he even had more screen time. I don't know about you, man, but I feel like he had more screen time in this one. And yeah, Esley, you're right. Angelique is a sight for sore eyes. Played by Valentina Vargas, she showed real depth in that character. As soon as she shows up, you know she's evil, but easy on the eyes. And hey, she can torture me any day. Bruce Ramsay plays the 3 different generation characters. One, Philip, in the 17th century. It doesn't really specify the exact year, not like it does with the present and the future. But I thought he played a pretty cool character. He was the guy that actually invented the box. You get to see how the box was invented and that whole pathway on how it all started. And I like that concept. The other Cenobites, especially with Angelique when she changes, it looked like skin of her skull was turned down. I like that look on her. And the other Cenobites, which I call Twinobites, which were these 2 brothers that just gets attached to the hip, those were pretty cool. I gotta say, the Cenobites was a little better in this than there was in 3. Oh, and plus you get a Hellhound. Bonus.
John, don't!
The gore was pretty decent. I've seen worse, but the gore wasn't that bad. And like I said before, the story was really cool, how it showed like the different generations and how the box was made and how the demons started roaming around the earth and how this whole thing started. On to my mixed, the score. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either. It didn't have that traditional Hellraiser theme that you got to know and love from the first 3. It was one of those that they wanted to change it up. They wanted to make it fresh, I guess. But like I said, I didn't love it. I didn't hate it either. It just didn't feel like Hellraiser to me, especially how good the score was in the first 3 films. And yeah, I gotta agree with Esley. I didn't really dig the whole space concept. This whole movie went through its own problems. This film was directed by Kevin Yagher, and the reason why I didn't really say the director's name at first, it clearly says Alan Smithee. But let me tell you the story behind this. And I'm gonna have to read what I wrote down, what I researched, because it's a lot to take in. Director Kevin Yagher disowned the film due to those creative differences between him and producers. So much so that he quit and removed his name using the Directors Guild of America pseudonym, or however you pronounce that word, Alan Smithee. So apparently this Alan Smithee figure is something that directors, they don't never do it nowadays no more. I don't never see any director doing it. If they just disown a movie nowadays, they're out. It's not even under a different name or anything, not that I know of. So apparently Kevin Yagher was so displeased, and from what I researched, they just did like a bunch of stuff behind this guy's back, and I don't really blame him. I would be mad too. But yeah, this film went through its own problems, on-set problems. There's just a bunch of big egos just flying around, and the director just couldn't handle it. So Halloween 6 director Joe Chappelle actually finished the movie for him. Kevin Yagher just walked off set, and he just didn't want to have any part of it. Apparently, the producers screwed him over so much that it just made him walk off set. It's like they took the movie from underneath his feet, just swoosh. That's a shame, because a lot of the things that Kevin Yagher said he wanted to do with this movie sounded pretty awesome. I don't know what the producer's beef was. But apparently, some producers, especially how they're acting nowadays, they think they're right most of the time. So, to each his own. It is what it is, I guess. And some of the characters I could have dealt without. I mean, they were okay, but I could have dealt without some of the other characters. And because the story was so jumbled, and the way the producers screwed over the director, the editing made the final cut so jumbled. Like, some of the storylines was decent, like how it showed some of the different generation storylines, but it felt a little watered down. The tone was off. And I'll bet you that has a lot to do with the onset tension that went on this film set. My final thoughts, guys. It wasn't the worst, but it wasn't the best. I'd probably say Hellraiser 3 and 4 are about the same, but rating-wise, I'm going to give Hellraiser Bloodline a B-. Hey, I didn't hate this film. Pinhead was a badass in this. And you get a Hellhound. I mean, that's something new that they never did before. Plus, you get to see how the box was made. This was one of those origin movies that you kind of expect. But as far as Pinhead goes, he's a demon. He was probably here for centuries since the world was built. If you're expecting to see how Pinhead was made, you're not really going to get that. But as far as the main points of these films, which is the box, yeah, you're definitely going to get that. So, Hellraiser Bloodline, what did you guys think? Jump down in the comment section below and give me your thoughts. Big shout out again to Entertainment Fanatic Reviews, Esley Greer, for joining me on another video today. Make sure, guys, to jump down in the description below and check his channel out. And stay tuned for more videos and reviews coming soon to a computer screen or a cell phone near you. Peace the Rip out.